Welcome back. This week, Colleen and I tour a 2019 Lagoon 380 that just returned from a circumnavigation. Afterward, we walked the marina docks in Port Aransas in search of boats for sale by owner. Join us and watch to the end to find out if we landed a boat or if the search continued. All right, let's go. We learned about the Lagoon 380 from Matt, who said the owner was making a few last-minute repairs before placing it with a broker in Florida. I suspected it was going to be outside of my budget, but I was hopeful I might get lucky and stumble into a deal. With nothing to lose, I called the owner and quickly realized we share a lot in common. I even learned that he's also a paramedic, although we didn't spend much time talking about EMS. When we initially talked on the phone, he was unsure of the sale price, but he said it would probably be more than $300,000 and less than $400,000. These are some insane numbers for us to even consider, but there again, it's a 2019, which is a lot newer with tons of upgrades like solar, water maker, lithium batteries, and a dinghy. The only way we could even consider this boat would be at the bottom of his price range, and even that would be just beyond our reach. The boat was nice with a lot of well thought out systems. In fact, Garland said that he originally wanted a 40-foot cat but eventually chose a 380 because it's a proven model and the dockage is both easier and less expensive. See their bridle there? You got the tramp, still in pretty decent. Probably needs to be replaced. It's got some damage here. Bean bags, lots of people showed us how comfortable they are. He's got a streaker here laid on the deck. It's a nice little addition. We were just looking at these lockers right here. In this locker here, he has a couple extra lines. That's where you see the windlass. This one was additional lines, and I believe that's where he's keeping the spinnaker. He has a Wally dinghy, which I really like. I've seen these a couple times before, and I would want to do something like this because I've seen so many problems with people and their dinghies getting holes or whatever. Now it's going to be significantly more heavy. As long as you have a way to lower it and raise it into the boat, you should be okay. I keep forgetting to ask him how many hours they have. If he just did 15 months on this, and I'm not sure how much he was actually motoring, but I'd like to know what the engine hours are. And that's an easy question, and I'm sure he knows. And we're walking in from the cockpit. This table is really overbearing. It closes off the space quite a bit. I wish it was a smaller table or yes, and it might. It probably does. We just gotta. No, that's a fixed table. So like to sit on that back end over there, like you'd have to kind of scoot, or stand on top. I don't know. I do like this, so you have a little bar you can sit at and kind of serve. Unfortunately, when we showed up to look at the boat, he said that the broker had decided that they should list the boat at $399,000. We quickly told him that that was outside of our budget, but he insisted we look around the boat and ask any questions we might have. He was proud to show us all the upgrades he made, which you won't find on most 380s. As you can see, it's a beautiful vessel, but after learning the price, the dream kind of fizzled, and it's hard to get excited about a boat you'll never own. I really like how he had this toolbox storage here, and that's his big freezer. No electronics, bus board. If you notice from that other boat, just the beam shorter, smaller it is right here.
Yeah.
However, on the positive side, I'm glad for the opportunity because we both noticed how much smaller the 380 felt compared to the 410 that we toured just a couple weeks ago. The biggest difference was in the beam. The 380 is narrow by only 2 feet, but the interior of the hulls felt significantly smaller. It might just be the design of the layout, but when it comes to the interior, the 410 is a clear winner. Lots of storage. Another head. Welcome back. Today we're at the Port Aransas Marina, continuing our boat search. Now that we don't have anything on the list right now. We had the survey that we walked away from, and we have a few that we've looked at online, but they're either a long distance away or they're too old. We just can't find anything. So what we started doing is walking these marinas and just seeing if anybody's posting their boats for sale and taking a look and just see if I can find a lead like that. I've not had a great experience working with brokers. So, all right, well, join us today as we see if we can find a boat for sale here in Port Aransas. We're walking down this pier and I don't see any masts, so I guess we can turn around, but it's nice to look at some of these large, really nice center console boats like that. There was a time when I was in my late 20s, early 30s that I did a lot of saltwater fishing, and this is what I envisioned having at this age, but now I'm not so much of a power boat and definitely not doing a lot of deep sea fishing, but that would have been, that would have made me drool back then. I was on a 27-foot Robalo with an Evinrude 250. This is some of the recent upgrades to the Port Aransas Marina. So here they have the bathrooms, the shower, have a meeting space up there. I think there's like a kitchen and like a meeting room. Really well done. I like the colors. Everything's new. You see even the concrete's all new here. It's nice. I gotta have a little bit of weather coming in. It's worked out well because it's humid and was a bit hot, but it's cooled off here in the last about 5 or 10 minutes. This marina has a lot of nice amenities, one being this dog park here. It's got gravel in here, a little bit of an obstacle course. It's got a water station for the pet owners and then a little bowl down there. I like this. They spent a lot of money in the last few years to renovate this marina, and it definitely shows. And while we're showing off the rest of the marina facilities, here is their pavilion. It's really nice. Got big fans, big shelter. It's elevated, so it's nice and breezy in here, and it's not hot when when you got a breeze and don't have the sun beating on you. All right, we found our first one for sale here. We have a 1988 30-foot Catalina. I've never been a huge fan of Catalinas, but I'm not opposed to them. I was hoping to find something a little bit bigger, but it's a big 30. It's pretty big looking for a 30. But got a roller furler. UV protection on the head sail looks okay. The rest of the canvas looks pretty beat up. Go aft and see what we got. Got a wheel. Yeah, nothing special here, but it'll be interesting to take down his number and see what he's asking for it. A lot of wood. Needs to be refinished. There's some maintenance items that have been neglected over the time. I tend to like the fiberglass tow rail versus the aluminum and wood tow rails that you see on a lot of these boats. Let's take a look at this number. I'm gonna send him a text now and see if I can get a response before we leave out of here. Not sure that I've seen a boat with so much yellow on it. If that boat is named anything other than Rubber Ducky, I'd be disappointed. I mean, his boom is yellow, his canvas is yellow, the sides are yellow, everything. You certainly see it sitting out in the marina. You know which one's yours. I'm always entertained by the names of boats. This is Side Chick. We saw one up here. What was it? Second Chance? Or...
Yeah, Second
Oh no, Starting Over.
Starting Over.
That's,
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. We were just talking to the owners of this Leopard here. It's a 2019 or 2020 model. And it was interesting to talk to them because they have a very similar history of what we want to do. They end up buying the boat, not having a lot of sailing experience. They said they bought it in the Dominican Republic and ended up having to take week-long sailing classes in the Bahamas to learn how to sail it. And they used a captain for the first few legs to get it back. And I think they even recently said that they've sailed it now from here to Florida, so that's got to be really rewarding. But I did know that's one of the first Leopards that I've seen in person, and I really like it. It doesn't have an overabundance of teak wood. It's nice, clean lines. Everything's led aft. I did notice that the mast was raked really far back, and I don't know if that's unique to Leopards or cats, but if you do know, leave a comment. I'll try. I took some pictures of it, or actually I think I took video, but we'll see what came out. I'll add that to this video and tell me if that's normal or if that's just the way they have theirs. But they said that boat, I think her reference was, she said any dummy can sail this one, or learn to sail on that, so that's always promising. But what a beautiful boat. I was too embarrassed to ask them what they paid for it. I'd like to know, because they bought it down in the islands, and I guess it was used when they bought it. And it's the owner's version as well. A lot of fishing boats in Port Aransas, but it is scattered with a fair amount of sailboats. Like we have one right here. It's a nice boat. Well, the Texas Game Warden messing around. They got some nice boats here. Looks like a military vessel. Huh, look at this. Wonder what that's all about. It's a unique front end. Oh, I see now. It's boxed off. Well, I didn't see as many as I'd hoped. There was only 2 for sale. One was the Catalina, and they did respond back to me. They want $14,500. They sent me a link to the listing. I haven't had time to take a look at it. As we started looking a little closer, it needs a lot of love. And the other one we found for sale, I didn't actually get any footage of it. I did, or I thought I did, but it's just a bunch of steels. And it's closer to the scrapyard than it is to sailing. So that's not what I'm looking for. I don't want another project boat, or a project boat. So we'll continue our look. There was a lot of nice boats in here. It was certainly nice just to look around and have conversation with a few of the people that are liveaboards, but it wasn't very fruitful in finding the next boat that I might be interested in.
Thanks for watching to the end. If you like this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Your engagement helps the algorithm show my videos to a broader audience. Stay tuned next week when I drive to Houston and look at a few more boats, one which I'm really excited about. See you then.